tutorial, we'll continue customizing the video player by going over the controls and interactions. So controls are these items that appear on top of the player. These are what the viewer can control. So over here, by default, we have the play bar turned on. I can turn that off, and all they would have is the big button. If I turn it back on, I can select some of these things, turning them on and off as needed. So let's go ahead and do them one by one. So play button is right here in the lower left. The time appears right next to it. The volume comes over here, and they can control the volume. And then video speed, which is the little speed gauge here. And then full screen option. And then do we want it visible on load or not? We could turn that on and off if we'd like. So for your buttons, you have the big button, the small button, and then if you'd like a custom button, you could certainly upload your own. So I will do that. Here's one that I had downloaded from a royalty-free site, and I'm going to use that instead. You can turn the rewatch button on or off if desired, and then change the location of your enable sound button to either the top left or the top right. Now for the fun part, interactions. This is where you can make your videos interactive. So the different element types that we have are button, text, annotation, image, share, turnstile, and chapters. So let's do a button. And what you do is you drag it onto your video where you'd like it to appear. So like right here. And then you'll see that it appears in the timeline where you have your playhead, and you can change its duration and you can change its placement. Now over here, you can type in different text. So we're going to say download our guide. And then on click, do nothing. Well, we're saying download our guide, so we must have a PDF that we want them to download. So instead of saying do nothing, we're going to say open URL. And then here is where you're going to enter the download URL. So here's just a fake one that I put in. So when they click it, they would go to your download page and they'd be able to get that guide. Do you want the URL to open in a new tab or in the tab that they're in? Doing it in a new tab is good because then they don't lose their place, okay? Do you want them to pause the video when that comes on and maybe dim the background? Dimming the background makes the button pop a little bit more, makes it a little more obvious what's going on. Then you can choose on enter or on exit for your pause. Of course, you can change the color and the look of your text here. The text tool is just that, it's just a text tool. So enter your text. And you may have noticed that this time I dragged it into the timeline and it appeared in the upper left. You could also drag it wherever you want it to appear in the timeline. Okay, either works. If you had put it in the upper left, how are you going to place it? Well, just click it and then now you can place it wherever you'd like. You can also change the size of the box. Annotation is another tool that you might like. And this is also interactive. So on click, they can do something, they can dismiss, or they can open the URL. And again, you can change the way it appears here. Changes opacity and the color. Image annotation is similar, except for instead of being a little rectangular box, it's an actual image. So you can upload your logo or whatever image makes sense for your video and have it there. And again, they would have some options. Whether you want, when they click it, what happens? Do nothing, dismiss, or open URL. And again, you would just browse for it there. Image is similar to the image annotation. You can assign it to do things. You can unpause the video or open the URL, and you can also move its placement. So maybe you just want your logo in the lower left appearing here. So let's go ahead and browse. Let's choose our logo. And then maybe we want to have just a real faint one. Image annotation, it's fixed in this upper left corner. You can't move it. You can change its size, but you cannot move it to a different location. Let's look at share real quick. This allows you to force viewers to share your video on social media. We will go over this and the turnstile function in a separate tutorial. Turnstile, what is it? It's an email collection form, and it's really neat. And then finally, chapters. So let's add chapters to our video. And what is that? Chapters is this little icon here, and it's going to allow your viewer to jump ahead to specific points in the video based on what you've assigned them. So let's add a chapter, and let's just give it a name, intro, and time code. So time code right there is fine, right at the beginning. We'll just say like right there. Let's add another chapter. Say tools. And we're gonna say that one comes in at 4 seconds in. And we'll do one more, and we're gonna say instructions. And that'll be over here. And then when the viewers are watching your video, they could click this chapter button and quickly jump to the point in the video that's relevant to them. Now, I showed you the video page in an earlier video. I'll show it to you again real quick. This is where viewers can view your video. When you use this share link, they will get a page, and it will look similar to this by default, or a custom logo, which you just upload. And comments, you can turn comments on or off depending on your preferences. You can also share this video page by clicking the share button and copying and pasting the link. And then security, you can password protect this video so that only people with password can view it. So to do that, turn on password and then type in a relevant password. And now only the people who know the password can view the video. In the next tutorial, we're going to go over the lead generation tools